Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Asaph Cafe. I am your host, Asaph Adonai. And this time our special guest is Mr. Frank Van Dyken, and he is sitting in. And we are on the set of an old television show from the past, I Dream of Jeannie with Barbara Eden. Frank and I have placed ourselves in Jeannie's bottle. And our topic for today's cafe, television shows from the past.
Yes.
And all Frank's going to do is talk to me as I play the piano, and this is the first song I'm going to play. You just talk to me as I play.
Piano.
Yeah.
This is
now
gonna be great.
I'm going to play a song. Tell me if you know this song.
Okay.
I'll keep playing it. Tell me if you know it.
Oh, I don't know the name of it, but I like it.
Have you heard it before?
Oh yeah, I've heard it plenty of times.
I'll give you a hint.
It's pretty.
A famous trumpeter introduced it.
Oh, he did.
Yes, a famous. And I'll play it for you.
Okay.
Thanks for sitting in.
Oh, sure. I just got here just in time.
Yeah.
It was lucky.
I'll do it
And
again.
you even got chips on your set too.
Yeah. We ate the sandwiches already.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah, if you had been here earlier, you could have had a sandwich too.
So Emmett had to go somewhere, he said.
Yeah, probably home.
Oh,
We tape this show every Thursday.
you do?
Yeah. And we're approaching our 5-year anniversary. I've been doing this show for almost 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Way before I ever met you.
Yeah, really, huh?
Yeah. And here's the conclusion. I really appreciate you sitting in with me today.
Well, I sure like listening to the music.
I'll play some more songs for you in a little bit. And here's the conclusion.
Okay.
So you've heard this song before, right?
Yes.
The name of the song is "This Guy's in Love with You."
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
That's a good song.
It's by Burt Bacharach, the famous composer from the past. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. Burt Bacharach is the guy who wrote the song, but Herb Alpert is the person who introduced the song to the world.
Oh.
He was a famous trumpeter from the past. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
Yeah.
You ever heard of them?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, well, it was Herb Alpert who introduced that song to the public back in 1970, I believe it was. It was on an old show, The Carpenter Show. Do you remember Karen Carpenter?
Oh, yeah,
And,
she's my favorite.
Yeah, so anyway, Herb Alpert was on their show when he introduced that song. So that's the history.
He was.
Yes, that's the history of that. So
And what's the name of it again?
This Guy's in Love with You.
Yeah.
So that's the name of the song. And
This guy's in love with you.
yeah.
It's like love gets in everything.
Now
Yeah.
you can take your glasses off if you want to
Oh,
too.
you
know,
think
you're
I
allowed-
should? I
Yeah.
look better like this, don't
Well,
I?
let's get a quick look at you. Let
Oh,
the TV
man.
world see.
You want me to take off my hat too?
If you want to.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Look at that.
You might as well get. That's all right. You might as well get some exposure. You're going to be on television next
I don't
week.
have anything on my head.
That's okay.
It's
You can put the hat
glowing.
back on if you want, but yeah, let's let
There,
the
that's
TV
better
audience.
for the-
Let's let the TV audience see.
See, it's-
Now you got to realize when this is over today,
Yes.
you're going to get a DVD of this show
Oh, I
right
will.
today. Yes.
I can play it at the library or
yes,
something.
you can.
Oh, good.
And then it will be posted on YouTube. You can use the link and spread it out as far as you like. You just have to say Asaph Cafe because that's the name of the show. I'll give you all the information. I'll write it down.
Okay.
And then it'll be on Facebook too about an hour or so from now.
Facebook.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
like
if you-
YouTube, but it's called Facebook.
It's called Facebook. That's correct.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So so people on the Facebook world will see this taping that you and I are doing right now. The people on YouTube will see it, and it'll live on in computer history. You know.
So if somebody has your same name, or they
Well-
put up one of those YouTube deals up,
Yeah.
and in your name, and I typed in your name, let's say,
It'll pop up.
it'll pop up in theirs. Theirs
it'll-
will
it'll
and
show
yours
up.
will.
Yeah, it'll show up.
Huh.
This will be technically this is seen around the world.
Right. 'cause
Technically.
World Wide Web.
Yeah. And let me tell you a little history of this show. See those 2 brick walls right there?
Yes.
When I first started this show 4.5 years ago, it was just this table and those 2 brick walls in the background.
Oh.
That's all it was.
Really?
That's all it was when it first
cool.
started. And it started to evolve.
So those brick walls are still here.
Yeah, they're still here after all
Do they
these
still
years.
use them for anything?
Probably some kids thing or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Let me have a quick silent moment. Lord, bless this show and thank you for Frank. Amen. Yeah. Em and I usually pray at the beginning, so he's not
and-
here.
Yeah.
So whatever the person's religious beliefs, we just like to say thanks. And I just wanted to
I
say
believe
thank you
in God.
for, yeah, me too. I wanted
That's
to
what
say
you're praying
thank
love,
you.
right?
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah.
to say thanks and start this show off with that moment
That's
of
like,
silence.
I wrote a poem one
you know.
time about kind of like your song reminded me of. This guy's in love with you. It's like God gets in all this entertainment. You ever notice that? You watch all these movies and then, oh, I think I'm going to be in that movie too. There he is. Right?
But
I mean, think about it.
You're gonna be a
Love
hit.
is like in every show almost.
Yeah.
Every show that a person writes and all these songs, what are they about? Love.
Yeah, and you're going to be a hit too once this is set up. You'll be here about an hour from now. I'll show you. You'll be able to. You'll take it home. You're going to get an actual DVD of this. See, on this show, every 15 episodes, we call it a new season
New season.
because it couldn't be.
Right,
It's
a new
impossible to do it
season.
a literal year like regular television.
Oh.
You know,
Why?
like you know how regular TV the show is on for a literal year,
No.
like 6 or 7 months or something.
Okay.
You know, and then they go to season 2, season 3, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since this is community access, we can't do a literal year like regular television. So every 15 episodes that we tape here at this studio,
Mhm.
we call it a new season.
Oh.
We are in season 18, so this is season 18, episode 4 that you and I are taping right now.
Mm.
So just wanted this little history. For
So
you.
when all those kids, like in the summertime, come for those camps to learn how to make videos and all that,
Yeah, sometimes
you
they're-
can't work during that time.
The only time that I can work in that time is if I get invited and we put the kids on, and we've done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, we've done that a few times already
Oh.
over the years. And
Oh.
I had special permission to be here because their parents were here.
Oh.
Their parents were in the background, even though you don't see them on camera.
Mhm.
And we just had the kids on the cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on the computer. If you just put Asaph Cafe, you can look up any of those shows from the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all there. And you're going to be on Asaph Cafe History.
You have
too.
your own YouTube then,
Well, it's just my name, just Asaph
Right.
Cafe.
right? And that's where they're at.
Yeah, you just put Asaph Cafe on the bar of
Yes.
YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and it'll have every cafe we've ever done since day one.
Really?
Yeah, since day one.
Wow.
You just scroll. See, originally, I told you it was these 2 brick walls here originally.
Mhm.
Then it became 3 brick walls.
Really?
As it
Where's
started
the other
to-
brick wall?
Oh,
Nobody knows.
yeah, I think it's back there
Oh, I
behind
see it. Yeah, I see it behind there.
And then people
out.
started actually watching this show, and at that time, people were asking me, could they be on? And
Right.
we used to go downtown and just grab people at random.
Oh, good idea.
You know, we go into restaurants and stuff, or sandwich shops like that downtown.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm Asaph Cafe, and we're doing Asaph Cafe. You want to be on TV? Spur of the moment, come on. And at that time,
Really?
people would.
That's a good idea.
But as time went by, it started getting harder
Oh.
to get people to come on at random.
Uh-huh.
So we just, I started playing where I invite people, like you today.
Well, I
you
just
know.
walked in,
Yeah.
so
Well, we've had other people in the
I was
past
just,
walk in.
I just lucked out.
Yeah, and other people have too. You know, we've had people just walk in and they just sit in. Now, how this came about, you know, backdrops of TV shows, and we're going to
Yes.
talk about TV shows.
And that's
in a
going to be
moment.
behind. That's what is behind me.
Yeah, you
We-
can't
we're just
see
look-
it.
we
Yeah,
can
you
see
see it
it on
on
TV.
screen, even though we're.
And now it's going to be behind us.
Yeah.
When it goes on the video.
What you see on this is what's going to be on the video and so on. You don't see it literally on this wall.
No, that's green.
It's trick photography. But because of the magic of green screen, even though we're sitting in front of green screen, the audience sees this.
Right.
And that's what you're going to see. So you're going to go down in history, Asaph Cafe history, as being on the set of I Dream of Jeannie with Barbara Eden. And you can see that's the real Barbara Eden there. So it looks like you and I are hanging out with Barbara Eden.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that's pretty cool. And your friends,
What
when they see
more
that.
could we ask for?
Yeah, I know. I mean, she was hot. You know,
Well,
let's
she's
face
great
it.
personality too.
Yeah.
And she was hot.
Yeah, she was hot.
And she was a genie.
Yeah, a genie. But anyway, this is to answer how we started doing these backdrops of TV shows.
Yes.
Do you remember the Gong Show with Chuck Barris?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When Chuck
my
Barris,
favorite crow.
when Chuck Barris passed away in real life, Emmett and I did a tribute to him.
Mm-hmm.
and we put ourselves on the Gong Show.
Oh.
We had Chuck Barris in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We had the stars with their gongs.
Remember the unknown comic?
Yeah, we had all those people.
I remember him.
We had all of them in the background for real, and it worked. And so after we did that tribute, we just said, okay, we might as well just
that
keep
was your
putting-
first one?
That was our first one as far as the backdrops for TV
right.
shows. Because prior to that,
You had the brick wall?
we had the brick walls, and then from there, when we first started doing the trick photography, we just had cafes, like restaurants.
Really?
Yeah, and cafes.
Oh,
Just
that's
blank
a good
pictures of
idea.
cafes, yeah. But that got kind of like, you know. So when Chuck Barris died and passed away, and we did that tribute, and we put ourselves in a Gong Show, we said, hey, this is a good idea. Let's keep putting ourselves on movies. So we put ourselves on The Bridge of the Enterprise. We put ourselves on King Kong, the movie. We put ourselves on all kind of TV shows and stuff like that, including this I Dream of Jeannie that you're on right now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the history.
Hi.
And I didn't know you then, and we put ourselves on the Lawrence Welk Show, and when Emmett was popping.
Oh, yeah.
bubbles,
I saw that one. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I like
so-
that.
So that's how this all came about. So
Yeah, those bubbles were. Oh, and I found
Yeah,
a
and the
bubble
bubbles- the
one
bubbles were
on the
moving,
on
yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you about it, and I didn't write it down. It was so beautiful.
Uh-huh.
There was lots and lots of bubbles.
yeah,
It was really nice.
and 15 minutes have already gone by. See how fast this goes?
Oh, you have a clock?
Yeah,
This
this clock's
one?
right here.
Oh,
Fred.
okay.
Yeah, this goes by real fast. And anytime you want to be on this show, you're more than welcome. I was going to have you
Like
on
Dan,
anyway.
Dan White, Dan West,
Yeah, he's been on a few times.
has he?
Oh, yeah.
He wears a tie when he's on.
Dan's been on a lot of times
Uh-huh.
in all the years I've been doing this show.
Oh,
Dan's been on, Emmett's been on a lot, and I had an original host originally 4 years ago, Patty Reed. Yeah, I don't know if you know her.
really?
Yeah, she was the original hostess of this show
Really?
when I first created this show. Patty did this show every week for about a year before Emmett came.
Uh-huh.
And then Emmett started appearing, and Patty and Emmett were on. And when Patty could no longer do it, Emmett took over.
Wow.
And he became kind of like the regular of the show.
Right.
And I've had other people on, like I've had my neighbors on
Mhm.
over the years.
Right.
And stuff like that. We've had children on. We've had dogs on this show. We've
Really?
had- yeah. And
You
so
had a dog on their
we've had
show?
dogs on this show. Yeah.
And they like sit here and then you just talk and play the
Well,
piano?
the
Did they like
owners
the
with
piano?
them
Did-
too.
Oh, the
You know,
owners are with them.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
So this gives you. I'm just catching you up because I've only known you for a few months here. But
Oh, yeah, I've only
we've
been
been
here
doing
for
this
months.
show for a few years, and I had intended to invite you, so you're here now. And when your family or your friends or whoever sees this, maybe they'll want to be on too.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But this is part of the MCAT experience for you to be on this
Yes.
too. You know,
It's a
So-
good experience.
Yeah, it is.
MCAT's a good place to hang out and do videos.
That's right, and this could be like a resume too, in a sense. You know, you're on this show.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah.
gonna see it.
Yeah.
And you're
yeah.
on TV.
And
You're
I
gonna be
could,
on.
you
You're
know,
gonna be on
pick
regular
my
TV.
nose, you know.
Oh, we've had people do more crazy
Oh,
things
I'm on
over
TV.
the
I
years.
forgot I'm not supposed to pick my nose.
Well, we had one guy that passed gas on here. This was
Oh,
like
really?
years
And
ago.
it came up on the mic?
Yes, it was an
How
accident.
are you micing this?
These things
Oh,
are sensitive.
I see.
And there's a mic right there in front of you.
Oh, hi. All right.
So don't say anything you're not supposed to say because it will pick up.
Oh, yeah. And then you'll have to take it out.
Yeah, well, or tape it over. So we just tell
Oh.
people just try to not. But I think I see. I was trying to get you to see if you just relax, you'll have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I'm not here to hurt anybody.
No.
That's not my
Stick?
intent with this. No, I would never. In fact, I've had guests on here, before we started.
Uh-huh.
They were concerned what kind of questions I would ask.
Yeah.
And I would just reassure them, hey, this is just fun talk. Nothing serious, nothing political, nothing religious, nothing, that's going to hurt someone or embarrass someone or talk about something private.
Do you like tell people like, well, I play the piano and
Well,
you can
yeah,
see
that's
me on
harmless,
TV
though.
sometime.
Yeah, that's harmless.
Or on the YouTube rather.
Well, here's an invitation
No, you're on
for
TV
you.
too, right? Because it's MCAT.
Yeah.
MCAT.
Well, this episode that we're taping will be on television next week.
Oh.
Next Thursday. You're going to be able to see it next week on TV.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how many people watch this show.
What time is it on?
It comes on twice. It comes on 5 o'clock Thursdays.
Uh-huh.
And today is Thursday, so they're running reruns right now because we're taping this one and the one we did just before you came in.
Right.
And so it airs Thursday at 5 and then Friday at 8 p.m.
Oh.
Every Thursday and
at
Friday.
5,
The same
Friday
episode,
at 8
yeah.
p.m.
Yeah, the same
Okay.
episode. And speaking of playing the piano, I'm going to become Liberace starting in November, and that's a test flyer. See, it says Liberace in Missoula.
Oh, yes, okay.
See?
Yes.
And these are the organizations that are helping support it. So I'm showing this to you because you're welcome to come. It's free and open to the public.
Is it during the daytime?
Yeah.
Oh.
5 days a week for 2 months.
We're at Southgate Mall.
Southgate Mall.
Where's that at?
That's on Brooks, I believe, is the name of the street. You just go into the mall, and right in the very center of the mall.
Oh, yes.
Cafe Dolce with a clock tower. That's where it's going to be. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this is my 10-year anniversary playing at the mall. I've been playing there for 10 years.
Really?
So, yeah. So I want to invite you personally, and I'll invite you on television when you come and check it out.
People must really like that.
Well, I'm really humbled by it, you know.
Well, it's just nice listening to you because I know when I'm in there in the editing room and I'm working and I'm having a hard time. It's hard to stay at those computers.
Yeah, I know.
But when you're in here playing your piano sometimes, it just feels so good.
Well, the good Lord has
relaxes
blessed me with that, and that's where it comes from. And I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm just telling you from my point of view, it's a gift from the good Lord. It comes from above. And I'm really humbled. But I just want you to know that you're more than welcome to come to the concert. It's not really a concert. It's more just playing in front of the public, you know. Right. And I'll have those Liberace costumes and the rings and the whole thing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rococo Bridal, this organization right here, they designed the costumes. You'll see it. You'll see it.
Well, I want to go out there and stare at you a little bit.
Well, MCAT's
See how you do it.
MCAT's going to film the whole thing anyway.
They are?
Yeah, they're going to film it. It'll be on television. And
well, that's good.
So if you're sitting in the audience and they pan the audience, you'll see yourself. But you're on TV right now anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't like to talk about me a whole lot, but you and I haven't really had a chance to talk. But
no, we don't talk much. But
well, we're talking now.
We're always working,
Yeah, well,
you're
we're
either
talking
in here doing all this and.
Well, this show is how I got started with
talking
MCAT.
about famous people. I really like that show.
Well, before I did that, those stories, I was doing this cafe. And then the Asaph Adonai stories came, and I tell those stories,
Those are the best.
Yeah. Now this cafe is different. It's just talking. And normally we have lunch, and we used to have real food
and
here.
I got some chips. They were here.
Yeah, you can have them.
I
bought those chips before.
Lay's potato chips.
Yeah. I bought those chips before.
See
this
how they
started.
shine?
Yeah. So you might as well have them.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because
Shine like my forehead.
Scott, I bought a bag for Scott. Emmett took his. That's mine right there. You can probably have those if you want to, because I had a sandwich already. So.
Yeah, that was a big ass sandwich I saw. Emmett must have took it and
he did.
Scarfed it down or took it home.
Well, I bought 2 of those. They were like $7 a sandwich.
Oh, really?
I can't afford that all
they
the time.
They were huge.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But see, I'll be stuffed until tonight.
Oh,
I won't, so that's all.
You got to be careful. You don't want to bust something in there.
Oh, no, I know when to stop eating, but...
you look like you do. I don't. I don't know when to stop eating.
Yeah, so...
These big shirts I wear for a reason.
Well, I think my shirts might be a little big, too, because I'm so thin,
Yeah.
I look like I got a little bit of muscle. I'm so skinny.
Yeah, you are pretty thin.
I look like I just haven't eaten, like I'm from Africa, Ethiopia or something.
Yeah, Ethiopia.
No, I'm not from there, but it's just a joke. No, but anyway, getting back to this concert here, or it's not even a concert. It's just a public thing. So you're more than welcome to come to it if you can get out to the mall.
Oh, I want to.
And you may even be able to get a ride with Joel or.
Oh yeah,
Scott
Joel.
Or,
The director.
They're going to be filming it anyway.
He's going to start some other thing he was working on it yesterday.
Yeah.
Some type of interview deal in here, like he used to do.
Yeah, I've been on that show. It's similar to this, but this is more comical. But his is more serious, City council and whatever.
Oh.
But
that doesn't sound very fun. But I would,
it depends,
maybe.
Yeah, it depends,
Yeah.
It really depends. I'm gonna play another tune for it. Tell me if you know this song.
Okay.
Recognize it?
No, not off the top.
Let me keep playing.
Okay.
Still don't know, huh? Frank Sinatra. up there. Night and Day is the name of that song.
Night and Day.
By Sinatra. Let's try. Let's try this one here.
That guy I was watching, Steve Martin. He was doing a bit, you know, about Frank Sinatra and all those guys in Vegas, and he was going, well, this is how they do it in Vegas, and they go, oh, and here's Frank Sinatra, and Frank Sinatra would come out, oh yeah, hi everybody, and here's so-and-so, he's my very personal friend, and he'd come out, and then he, you know, Steve Martin, he's really good at it, and he probably practiced it a while.
Well, I'm sure he did, you know, he's a famous,
he's very
comedian.
famous,
he's got to
and
practice
he's
those
so
routines.
photogenic.
You know, anything you do in life, you have to practice. You have
You
to prepare
practice.
for
If
it.
you practice, I think, it comes out good, and people don't realize that you got to put
you know,
in
they're only seeing the
months
finished product.
on
You know, like
something.
when you're on stage and and they see it, they only see the finished product.
Right.
But it takes preparation.
Preparation.
You have to prepare. You have to practice. Like when you see any comic on stage, they're rehearsing privately.
Right. Yes.
Or if you see a talk show like the Tonight Show, they have rehearsals in the afternoon, and then at late night you see the finished product.
Right.
Yeah, that's just the way it works.
Those
That's how it
guys
works.
like David Letterman or whoever
All
they
those
are,
guys, they're practicing
they probably
all
work
day.
all day long.
Yeah, they do it all day long
Just
to
to
get
get
it just
that
the way
one
they
show
want
down.
it for that one show. It's like the same
They're
with
working
what
people.
I do too, like this
Yeah.
Liberace thing. I've been preparing this throughout the year.
Oh.
Let me do some Chopin for you.
Okay.
Like for example, tell me if you ever heard this song.
Okay.
Have you ever heard this song?
Probably, but I don't recognize. I don't know what it's called.
But you've heard it before.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of stuff. You know, I mean.
All right, that is called the Nocturne in E flat by Chopin.
Oh, there you go.
Nocturne means night song.
Oh, nice.
So you think of
nocturnal.
Nocturnal.
Nocturne
That's
means
Chopin
night song.
wrote a series of nocturnes. That was one of them. So Liberace used to play the music of Chopin. So I've been preparing all that. So when I'm at the mall, I'll be doing a lot of nocturnes and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. And the only thing is the food won't be free there. I'm afraid you'll have to pay for it. I'm afraid
So
you'll-
if I want potato chips, I gotta
you're gonna
buy
have
them.
to bring your own chips, or go to Cafe Dolce. You can get a slice of pumpkin bread for like $2. It's pretty good. It's really thick.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. It's pumpkin bread is what it's called.
Mhm.
I usually have that when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a cup of coffee to go with it, they just charge an extra $1. You get that. It's pretty filling.
Mhm.
Pumpkin bread and the good coffee, not that cheap coffee, you know, or whatever, but the good stuff.
I get my coffee at Ole's.
No, that's a good place.
Ole's.
Yeah.
Ole's, ladies
So,
and gentlemen,
anyway,
get
my
coffee.
point
Oh, here,
is-
look, I can even show you the
Yeah.
logo.
So my point is that
It's a quarter.
Yeah,
It's a quarter if you got the cup.
yeah. You can bring stuff and eat in the mall too. You know,
Mhm.
people do, or some people go get a hot dog or something. But my point is, this Liberace event is open to the public, so you're part of the public. You're more than welcome to come, and I think you'll like. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be
The number
one of those
6 goes right over there, the bus.
Yes, it goes right in front of the mall.
Right.
That's the bus I take because I live at the
I go to the
Wildflower.
dollar store,
Yeah,
take the
I go there
6,
too. Yeah.
walk right across the street to the dollar store.
In fact, I got to go to the dollar store later on this afternoon.
Yeah, when you need stuff, well, better go to the dollar store. I
Yeah.
think it's called the Dollar Tree here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be going there later on today anyway, so
Yeah.
after I finish all my work here and this stuff gets posted, and I'm going to make you a copy of the show. Like I said, 30 minutes have already gone by.
Well, I
See how
don't.
fast this goes?
Yeah, I
Goes
don't
by
think
very
you
quick.
need to make me a copy, but
Oh
that's
no,
okay.
I
Want
make a
to.
copy for every guest. Every
Oh.
guest gets,
Mhm.
and like I told you, feel free to do whatever you want. If you want to,
How long does it take to make a copy? About
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh.
Yeah, and then of course,
So you can make like 12 an hour.
well, I don't have any reason to. I only make one for me and one for the guest, like in your case for
Right.
you. Now,
Well,
if
you-
you make your own copies, you're on your own.
Well, I wouldn't want to make a copy.
I mean, you
Sounds
can
like
if
work.
you want. No,
I'd
you
like
just
to know how.
you just put it in the machine, and the machine transfer just like a tape recorder.
Hmm.
That's it. It's very simple.
Mhm.
So, but I'll make you a copy of this here, and you look great sitting under Barbara Eden.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at
What a
that
personality.
image, if you look at that image, that looks pretty cool. You're sitting under Barbara Eden. You're going to be able to say you're one of the rare few people in Missoula that's been on I Dream of Jeannie, sitting with Barbara Eden on Asaph Cafe.
Isn't that weird? Because like in when I'm looking at this, and you're talking about Barbara Eden, I'm looking at her on the television you got over there,
Yeah.
but she's really behind me. on
Yeah.
the green screen.
And that's what you're going to see when you when you see
So
this
she's
on the...
probably, I can like, hi Barbara, right here. She's
Well,
right
you
here.
better watch what you're doing. Yeah,
Hi.
you just watch the screen.
She's right here.
Yeah, make sure your hand stays under the chin.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Look at how my hand, see my hand? Oh,
Yeah.
well, my hand moves fast in reality, but it moves slow on the TV.
Well, whatever.
It's kind of
But
weird.
but you're going to get this here. And,
That's weird.
and of course, if you appear on this show next time or whenever you feel the door is
Pick her
always
nose.
open. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, come on, don't do
Barbara.
that. Don't do that, Jamie. But let's talk about television shows. Take two. Television shows from the past. Did you have a favorite
Okay.
show?
Probably
When you were
the
a kid?
Munsters. Remember the
All right,
Munsters?
let me do that for. Let me play that.
That
for
was
you.
a good one. Herman Munster and Grandpa used to go get in so many goofy,
Let me do
weird
this.
things.
I haven't done this in a while. Let me do it again.
Trouble.
I missed a note there. I'm good. Something like that. I haven't done it
Yeah,
in a while.
that was
but
it. Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
haven't done it in a while, but that's
Yeah.
the thing to the Munsters. Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
watch that
that was a
show
good
actually.
show.
Too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was. And when I was a kid, it was around the time of science fiction
Mhm.
and spies.
Mhm.
I used to watch like Roger Moore and the Saint. I don't know if you remember that show. And I watched a lot of comedies. I watched Star Trek. I watched William Shatner. I watched. Well, let me think of some comedies of the past. Gilligan's Island.
Mhm.
I Dream of Jeannie. I used to watch that a lot.
I like the old, some of those late nights, like WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, WKRP.
Bob
that was,
Newhart. Remember Bob Newhart?
Yes, I remember that. I have that in my
Those
collection.
late night shows. Maybe it's because I was drunk by that time, you know.
Well, I don't know, but
After work, you put a
I
few beers in you and you stay up late and like,
Yeah,
wow, this
I
is
watch-
good stuff, man.
Yeah, I used to
really
watch the
like
Bob
it.
Newhart show.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a collection of VHS movies at home.
Oh,
I have over 300 VHS movies at home. They're put in drawers and things like that. And I've got the Three Stooges. I've got, oh my goodness, Billy Jack, Tom Laughlin.
oh, Billy Jack. Yeah, I remember Billy Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the martial arts series.
Yes, sir.
And oh gosh, just all kinds of stuff. I have Sinatra at home. I have Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those shows from the 60s.
Mhm.
Well, it took me a few years to develop this collection.
Mhm.
And you know, VHS movies are so outdated now. You can go down to the pawn shop over at a Goodwill store, I should say, over on Reserve, and get a VHS for 49 cents.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sometimes they're brand new even because Blockbuster and all these other places, they get rid
Oh, yeah.
of the VHS movies because everybody's going DVD now and
Oh, yeah.
Blu-ray and stuff.
Right.
So the VHS movies are just getting outdated and obsolete. So I decided a few years ago I'd do a collection of VHS movies, and I didn't know that I'd end up with the collection I have. I got the whole Star Trek collection.
Really?
I have all 10 Star Trek films, VHS, you know,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So yeah, I've got quite a collection at home. They're not as clear as DVDs, obviously, but they're
They're not?
fun. No, they're not.
Well, you know
But
what I
they're
don't
fun
like
to
about
collect, you
television
know?
nowadays?
Mhm.
You know, there's all these pixels, those little square deals, unless a rectangle. Well, let's say
Yeah.
you're watching a football game,
Mhm.
and the guy's running. There'll be all these pixels following him. The
I know,
pixels
well-
can't keep up with the picture
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
I
moving
know,
too
they're-
fast, it kind of screws up the picture.
They're kind of, you know, trying to.
Hope they fix that someday.
They probably
Soon,
will as
hopefully.
technology gets better. You know, you got to
Yeah.
give it time and technology. But wouldn't you say technology is a pretty amazing thing to have in this country?
Mhm.
Because when I was in high school, I graduated in '76. There was no such thing as computers when I was in high school. They didn't
Right.
have internet back then.
Right.
Not in 1976.
Yes.
The computers didn't start to come out till like the early '80s, I think it was,
Oh.
at that time. And they were very primitive. They had these big towery, clumsy towers, and you used to put your CD inside it
Really?
and stuff like that. I mean, when it first came out,
Yeah.
and it worked really slow, and they didn't have like the monitors like we have at here at MCAT right now.
What you see is what you get right out there.
Well, now,
in the old days,
yeah,
you had to type all this stuff in just to get anything.
I know, but I mean, when it first came out, it was very clumsy and slow and all that. But now it's getting better. So your pixels thing, they'll probably fix that, you know, and so on.
Yes,
But
sir.
it's just amazing, the technology, and this is part of the technology that you and I could be on I Dream of Jeannie and do this here. It's just amazing.
Well, yeah, it is. I know. I was working at a bowling alley, and they had old computers.
Yeah.
And so I went up there, and I was helping them serve, popcorn and stuff like that. Well, they gave me, all these computer codes because you had to type DOS computer codes into the computer just to sell somebody a bag of popcorn or a soda pop. It was
like I said, it's getting better now.
Now you just click on it, it's like soda pop.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, you gotta, when anything is new, it takes time to develop.
Yeah, it takes time. And they had to release it eventually because, it would have taken them up until now just to get some of the good stuff we've got.
Yeah.
And that's why they say computer people got so rich because they eventually realized we've got to release this because what are we going to do? Take 20 more years until it finally gets up to where we want to be?
Yeah, it's better
and
to
then
just
they had
get
to release
it out.
new things every year.
It's better to get it out and just let them evolve, Alex.
Well, that's why they got the repeat business because it got better and better and better and better and better. And now we're to where we're at today, and it's getting better more
today.
today.
Are experiencing that right now by being on the set of the show here. And so
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play another song. Tell me if you know this song here. You recognize it?
Yeah.
My pleasure to play this for you. Now the middle part. Still don't know, huh?
Oh, no. I recognize it, but I don't know.
I'm gonna stop right here. That is called Painted Black by the Stones.
That's what I was going to say. I want to see a Red Doors Painted Black.
Yeah, that's Painted Black. That's a
then I
piano
thought,
version of it.
No, that ain't it because it sounds too nice the way you're
Well,
doing
no,
it.
I'm a piano player. It's a
Too
classical style. I do a classical style,
Yeah.
but no, that's Painted Black.
Yeah.
And I had to train. I trained a whole year to be able to take any popular song and make it sound classical.
Oh.
I had a really good teacher.
Really?
Yeah, I trained for an entire year at the time.
I used to know a
do
guy
that.
named Val Chuck, and he was a piano player. And
Well,
he
there's
used
so many
to
different
go
styles.
to a piano bar and
Yeah, I used to
play.
do that too. I played in Vegas when I was younger.
Really?
Yes, I did. I used to play with Pat Gittery and the High Rollers at the Marina Hotel. This was like about 40 years ago at that time. Because I'll be 61 next month. And I used to play at the Marina Hotel with Pat Gittery and the High Rollers. It was right across the street from the Tropicana.
Right.
I worked in the Tropicana as a change person at
Really?
that time. Yeah. And I used to walk around the Tropicana and I would, they had those little money belts at that time before the computers came out. And I would click it and the 4 quarters would fall out and I would hand, change to people. They give me $1 and I give them, 4 quarters.
And then you'd go play the piano.
And then at night I would play at the Marina Hotel. So I was pretty close because both jobs were right there. The Tropicana was here in the daytime and the place where I played at night was right next door. So it's not like I had to drive anywhere. I just stayed in that section of Vegas throughout, my time there. Yeah, I played there twice.
You said you played, you knew that one lady that I went to that place, the bootlegger, to do stand-up, and then you said that you knew that lady, Holmes, Mrs. Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Katie Holmes?
I can't remember.
I think her
who
name
it
was
we
Katie
were
Holmes,
talking
and
about.
you said you knew her.
Well, I did. I don't do a lot of concerts and performing now as I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. And the fact that I live in Missoula, they don't have as much opportunity here.
But you like Missoula.
I do. I don't want to go back to the big city. I've been there long enough.
They're kind of scary,
Yeah, I know. That's why I moved here. But when I was younger, I played Vegas twice. Well, the second time I was there, I was playing on behalf of the Salvation Army. I played for the Salvation Army for 12 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do? Like,
they had a thing, when they had the bell ringers for the holiday season?
Yes.
I used to do my music instead.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd make a lot of money. Obviously, it's like a street musician, you know.
Yeah.
I'd be in front of a Walmart or a Target store, and I
Right.
would play, and they'd put a kettle right next to me, and
Really?
people, you know, actually when they see a live musician, you know you're going to make a lot of money.
I was
And then
in.
the Salvation Army would pick up the money at the end of the day.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not boasting or anything, but I used to make when I was in Vegas playing on behalf of the Salvation Army, I made about $300 to $400 a day in my kettle.
I gave
a
up.
day. And it went,
I went-
and it was helping others, and I really liked
There
that
was
aspect.
there was this
It
girl,
was helping
and she
others.
was at one of those kettles. It was in Vegas,
Yeah.
and she was really upset because nobody was putting money into her deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I had $100. I had a lot of money, enough money to give $100. So I folded it up really, thin. And when she wasn't looking, I went and put it in there. Well, it's kind of funny because that girl, she was so frustrated with people not putting money into her kettle. She was standing over against the wall, and she'd be making comments about people. There's another one that didn't give. There's another one that didn't give. And she had no idea that I gave, and who knows how many people she didn't know gave, because people
Yeah.
kind of sneak behind them, when they're a little bit out in front, and they kind of, they
Yeah.
stick it in there.
Well, you can't do that if you're a bell ringer. You can't take that personally.
She wasn't ringing her bell.
Well,
She
whatever.
Was just, she was
I'm
frustrated.
just saying that. I know, and I understand that, because
she was
sometimes
pretty
you could be
upset.
out there all day and only make about $20 or $30. I understand.
I don't know how much they get,
How
but
frustrated.
But I know
and
that she
again,
was
like I said, I'm
upset.
not taking credit, because I play an instrument, so
Yeah.
naturally you're going to make a lot of money. But the money didn't go to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got paid for it, but I'm going to tell you, the money that they paid me, they won't even miss it.
No.
You know, the first year that I played for the Salvation Army,
Yeah.
you know how much they made? They made over $1 million
Yeah.
in the first year that I ever played for them for their kettle season. But this was a big city too.
Oh,
It was in Sacramento.
good.
So I didn't feel bad at all, the little chunk change that they paid me.
Yeah.
And it was rewarding because it was helping other people, like homeless families, and people, help people have food,
Yeah.
clothes, and stuff.
Yeah.
And that turned into a 12-year.
How did you get
thing.
your piano down there? Or did you have a keyboard or what?
No, well, usually sometimes people could provide
Oh.
instruments too,
Right.
I don't have my own piano,
No.
I mean, as far as when I'm playing in public,
Right.
and stuff. But yeah, I did that for 12 years, and it was fun.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was one of the most rewarding things I ever did.
Really?
Well, yeah, because it was helping others. It was
Yeah.
helping others.
Well, if you're good at something, it's kind of rewarding.
Yeah, but and I'm thankful to the good Lord for it. But I've practiced.
Mhm.
I practice an awful lot. All right, here, let me do something serious. I'm gonna play the Moonlight Sonata just for you.
Okay.
You'll recognize it.
Really? Okay.
We're talking Beethoven. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Tell me
Okay.
if you've heard this.
All right.
It's hard to do it on these electronic keyboards,
Oh, this is electronics?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever heard this song?
yeah.
This is the Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, and I'll play it for you. So you can say someone's played this for you.
Yeah.
So you might as well just relax and enjoy it. I practiced a lot of hours when I was first doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a hard song, huh?
Yeah, because the right hand is doing two things.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Hear these triplets? And the melody right there? The right hand does them both.
Oh. Well, I think about music, like what you're playing is the people that make this stuff,
Uh-huh.
they have their own fingerprint. Every person's different.
Yeah. It's called suggestive fingerings. Let me finish it.
And then other people, they copy what those other people are doing, but they don't.
Yeah, to help, but sometimes you can't use the fingerings of somebody else.
Right, because that's their own
Yeah,
fingerprints.
it's called suggestive fingerings.
It's their own person.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to use different fingers for songs if you don't have the same reach, hand reach. I'll play this for you so at the mall if you show up, and you'll see the difference.
What? What do you mean? What's the difference?
A real piano instead of this electronic
Oh, really?
piano. Yeah.
There's a difference?
There's a major difference. Yeah, this is an electronic piano, this there.
Oh.
Now we're halfway through the song.
Oh, halfway. They say a lot of
This is called Moonlight Sonata.
the songs in the past, the reason they were like 3 minutes or whatever, is because the media would tape 3 minutes. That's what you had on the little records.
Uh-huh.
You know? So that's how long the song would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can say that Asaph has played the Moonlight Sonata for you. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. You'll be able to say that now. Okay, we're almost at the end. You might recognize this part.
Have you ever forgot how you're supposed to play while you're playing?
I've had that happen. It's human error. It happens. It can happen.
Oh, lots. Does it happen very much?
No. It's just like anything else, you know, when you practice, you got to keep at it.
Yes, you do.
And sometimes I've had like old man moments, I call it.
Oh yeah, that's what I call him too. Except yeah. And I remember I was interviewing Sleeper from Sleeper's Lost and Found. Remember him? I was over there at the radio station, and it used to be right down the street here, but they moved somewhere else. But he died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But and he'd say, yeah, you know, because he forgot something during the interview, and he'd say,
it happens. It's
having one of
error,
those
you know?
old man moments, you know.
In fact, I was playing this very song once, and I forgot how it went in the middle of it, and I had to stop.
Oh.
I literally had to stop.
Yep.
Here's the conclusion. See?
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Well,
You're like a Montana historical icon.
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know about that, but
well,
I've been called.
That's why I
things.
interviewed Sleeper, because I used to do this Montana historical icon show in college. You know, because you had to do little projects, right? So I called that. You know.
Well, I'll tell you, when I first moved to Missoula 11 years ago, I didn't come here with the idea that I would probably be one of the most known pianists in the city. I didn't plan that.
No.
I didn't come here and say, oh, I'm going to be the most famous pianist. The reason my name got catapulted is because, first of all, when I first came here, I played at the Doubletree Hotel for 3 years.
Oh.
And not only was I playing in the Finn and Porter, but I played in the lobby.
Right.
And sometimes, you know, people would come in and be sitting in the fireplace, and I'm out there in the lobby playing. And so that was different than the Finn and Porter. Oh. That's how my name started getting out there.
Oh.
And then I got the opportunity to play at the Patty Creek Market, the supermarket over there on Higgins. That turned into a 10-year gig, you might say.
Really?
I went in there one day to get some toilet paper. They had a piano in there, and the lady that was working the bakery at the time asked me to play a quick song. And I played a song, and the owner was nearby, and he saw me playing. And he said, hey, Asaph, why don't you just start coming to my store and playing? I said, cool. And then K-Pax came the very next week or day or whatever it was with those cameras, and they plastered my name all over the news. Asaph Adonai, the pianist in Missoula, is playing at the Patty Creek Market. And they kept running that story over and over, and then my name just spread like wildfire.
Wow,
and
that's
people
lucky.
People
you
started
lucked out on that
yeah,
one. Free advertising.
Yeah, they started calling me, and will you play for our wedding? Will you do this? And then 11 years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, by the time I got here at MCAT.
So where are you from?
I'm from California.
Oh, and when did you come to Montana about?
I moved to Montana in June 1996.
Really?
I played in Billings for 12 years before I moved to Missoula.
Oh.
And now I'm approaching my 11th year in Missoula. So I've been here 23 years, almost 24 years total in Montana. Wow. I just wanted to get out of the big city. So when I came here, I had to literally start all over as far as, you know, being a musician.
Billings kind of rough town though to start out in up here.
Well, it would probably be. Well, see, Billings was a
plains.
little bit more primitive 23 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In comparison to what it is today.
Yeah.
So I happened to be in Billings at the right time when I did my music, and of course it worked. And they plastered my name all over Billings too. And plus I was still playing for the Salvation Army at that time. I played for 5 seasons in Billings for the Salvation Army there. So that'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll plaster your name everywhere.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, but like where I'm going with this is when I moved to Montana, I didn't think I would get so well known, especially when I came to Missoula. I didn't think I'd be the most known pianist, and I think that's a safe assumption that I'm the most known piano player in Missoula right now.
Right.
I didn't plan it that way. It was an accident that just happened.
Yeah, I was thinking
You know?
this thing because, talking about forgetting things like lines, or else maybe if
I've
it's
had that
possible
happen,
to
yeah.
forget.
I've had it happen, yeah.
Well, I got on the computer and I typed in that place that I was supposed to do some stand up down in Vegas. The Bootlegger.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I found, they had some video.
Yeah.
Lots of them of the different shows that Miss Holmes puts on. So it was her husband's birthday.
Okay.
Anyway, so they had a birthday deal for her husband, and they did the same shtick. All these people come in, they got a little band, and they're like, I get this, they're just overdubbing everything because it sounds really hot, man. Okay. And this lady was there, and she was singing, and she's all of a sudden, she like stops, and she's like, the song's still going.
Yeah.
She's still singing even though her mouth's not moving.
It's human.
She turned her back.
Error, yeah.
She turned her back because she literally blanked out for a huge expanse of time. It must have been so. And Holmes, Katie, I think is her name. I only met her once when I was supposed to go there. And she was, you could tell, man, she was so pissed off. It happens.
It can happen, but I just look at it like this. It's an embarrassing moment. You just laugh it off.
Well, I was so glad that it happened because I'm like going, how in the world do they make this sound so good?
Well, I can answer that because I used to do a lot of concerts. The equipment they have, you'd be surprised how top-notch equipment is.
Yes.
And I used to work in those studios when they had the old-fashioned quarter-inch reel-to-reel recordings that they used to do before the computers came out.
Yeah.
It's top quality. That's why it sounds so perfect. So when you see these guys in concert, it's fun, but it's not as perfect as the record because it's live. With the sound and people sneezing and people making mistakes, including the singers.
Yeah.
Or singing a little bit different than the record. That's why in a recording studio, they make it absolutely perfect because it's going out to the whole world, and that's the way it's going to be remembered.
Yeah, but the thing is, perfect sometimes isn't as good as unperfect.
I understand that, but when you're doing a product where you're selling it, it has to be as perfect as possible.
Yes.
And I'll save this for maybe another story, another show. One of my teachers was Little Richard's manager when I was young. I studied, his name was Bumps Blackwell. I studied with him for 3 years. So, I've had time to practice over the years. I've had a lot of time to practice. Well, we're out of time. See how fast this went by?
Oh, that's too bad. All right.
We can do another taping if you want, but we're out of time right
probably
now.
Probably not now because then I have to go get to work anyway.
That's fine, but let me do some signing off. And what I want you to do is don't move until I shut this off, so you'll be on
Oh,
air.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Don't move.
So let me make some final acknowledgments. Yeah, don't move till I turn everything on. It'll only take a second.
All right.
This is Asaph Cafe, and this was fun. I told you it would be fun. This is a lot of fun. This is Frank Van Dyken, our special guest on this cafe, and we're on the set of I Dream of Jeannie with Barbara Eden.
Yep.
Every guy's fantasy, right? She was just such a beautiful lady. She's like 84, 85, I think now in real life.
Yeah.
And she still looks very lovely for...
Does she?
Yeah, for as old as she is now. You
know what's funny? I like this comedian named Judy Tenuta, right? And she used to be a little firecracker. And so I just watched her about... From 2018, 2019, she's gotten so old, she's doing the same shtick, but she's really slow. It's really funny.
Yeah, but hey, some people, even when they get physically older, people want to see them. Petula Clark is a good example. She's 84 years old. She's still singing Downtown and all those other songs, and she looks great. Yeah. And on that note, we've really got to stop. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Asaph Cafe, and Frank is our guest, and you can be on anytime you want. So just sit there until I shut everything down. I'll let you know. So until our next show, ladies and gentlemen, I am Asaph Adonai with Frank. Maranatha.
Maranatha.
Here's the themes at the beginning. I did it.
Okay.
I end every show with Maranatha.
Oh yeah, right.
All right, just make yourself at home.
Okay.